Welcome. In this video, you will learn how to play the dozen exercises that make up Group 2 from the Dozen a Day mini book. First, you will see individual tutorials for each exercise, and then there will be a playthrough of all exercises in this group at the end. Here's how you should use this video. Focus on learning 1 to 3 new exercises at a time. Choose how many exercises you focus on by always looking to stretch yourself with a challenge without overwhelming yourself. Once you've achieved mastery of those focus exercises, you can move on to focus on more new exercises. Every day after you work on your focus exercises, run through a playthrough of all of the exercises that you know. I typically suggest playing your focus exercises 3 to 5 times a day and your run through 1 to 2 times a day. Once you have learned all dozen exercises, you should keep playing the full dozen for at least 1 week and until you feel that you have achieved mastery of the set. So the important question is, how do you know when you have mastered something? Mastery feels like consistency, accuracy, precision, and most importantly, ease. Your checkpoints to note for that are you playing the correct notes, the correct rhythms, the correct dynamics, the correct phrasing, and the correct tempo? As you check yourself on these points, you can focus in on the ones that you are still struggling to learn. Let's get started. We are in the Dozen a Day mini book, the pink book, and we are going to be looking at Group 2, beginning with Exercise 1, twisting left and right. To start here, let's take a look at where our hand begins. That is a middle C, and it tells us that our right hand 1 or our thumb should go on middle C. And then our left hand thumb is going to go on middle C also. So that means we're going to have both thumbs on middle C. So we should look like this. To begin this exercise for the first 2 measures, we start with the right hand on middle C and we go up and back down. Now notice I'm not going all the way to my pinky eye, I'm only going to F. So it's C, D, E, F, E, D, C. Do it with me. 1, 2, ready, begin. C, D, E, F, E, D, C. Then the left hand takes over and it goes down to the 4th finger and back up. So that's C, B, A, G, A, B, C. Do that part with me. 1, 2, ready, begin. C, B, A, G, A, B, C. Now let's do the whole exercise. So it looks like this. First right hand up to the F, and then back down with the ta, then left. Down to the 4th finger and back with a ta. Do it with me. 1, 2, ready, right hand. C, D, E, F, E, D, ta. C, B, A, G, A, B, ta. And now you're ready to practice number 1. We are now going to look at exercise 2, flinging arms out and back. So if we look at our starting notes, we have a thumb on middle C for the left hand and thumb on middle C for the right hand. And you can see that these look like they're moving away and then back in. And that's exactly what we're going to do on the piano. We're going to move out and then back in. So we're going to start with both of our thumbs on C, and they'll both play, and then both 2s, both 3s, both 4s, and then back 3s, 2s, 1s. Can you do that with me? So we're going to start on middle C. 1, 2, and here we go. C, 2s, 3s, 4s, last two measures, we just go out to our third finger. So it's like this, 2s and 3s, and then come back. Ta, ah, ah. Can you play those two measures with me? So we're only going out to our 3s this time. 1, 2, and here we go. C, D, E, D, C, ah. Great. So for the whole exercise, we first go out to our 4s and back to our thumbs with a ta, and then we just go out to our 3s and back to our thumb with a ta, ah. Play it with me. 1, 2, and here we go. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 3s, 2s, ta, and 1s, 2s, stop here and then go back. Ta, ah. And that's number 2. Taking a look at number 3, I see that this is entirely in the bass clef. So it's all my left hand. I see that my left thumb needs to go on C, and I know that because that note is a middle C and it says 1 underneath it. And I see that there's only 2 notes that I'm playing here, C, and then this note here, and we can think A is on the top line, step down to G. So we know all the notes in this are C and G. So C, G, G, C, G, G, C. So we're going to learn this all in one block. So we're going to start on C for a ta, ah, G, 2, 3, 4, then back to C, 2 G's, and back up to C for a 2, 3, 4. Can you play it with me? We're starting on C. Remember, we're only using these 2 notes. 1, 2, and here we go. C, G, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2 G's, C. And that's number 3. Let's take a look at number 4, kicking the right leg up. So I see that this is entirely in the treble clef. There's nothing written down here on the bass clef. So this is 100% going to be my right hand. And I notice that my thumb is going to go on middle C, which I know because it has a 1 there, and that's a C. And the only other note that I see here is this one in this bottom space of the treble clef, and I know that that is an F. So I'm going to be going from C to F and back to C, and C, F, back to C, and then C, F, C, F, C, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to learn the first 2 measures first of this one. Right hand thumb goes on middle C, and it's like this. And you'll notice that I'm connecting the C to the F, and the F is staccato. Can you do just that part with me? So go C, F. Try it one more time. So you should have the C down until your F goes, and your F should be a really short note. If you need to practice that, go ahead and do it. After we do the really short note, then we land back on the C. So it's like this. Try that with me. C, F, C. Then we're going to do that again. So twice in a row. Do it with me. 1, 2, and here we go. C, F, C, C, F, C. Great. Then we're going to go C, F, C, F, C, 2, 3, 4. Try that with me. 1, 2, here we go. C, F, C, F, C, 2, 3, 4. Great. The whole exercise looks like this. C, F, C, C, F, C, C, F, C, F, C, E. Can you do it with me? 1, 2, here we go. C, F, C, C, F, C, C, F, C, F, C, 2, 3, 4. That's number 4. Now we're going to take a look at number 5. In number 5, we start with the left-hand thumb on middle C, and we're going to go out to the 4th finger on G. And I see that those are the only 2 notes and that this is all left hand. So it's using the same 2 notes that we used in number 3, but in a different rhythm. So let's try this one. Just like number 4, where we had to connect the C to the F, we have to connect the C to the G. And the G will be short. Can you try that with me? Just go from C to G. Let's do it 2 more times. 1 more time. Now, after we do that, we're going to land back on the G. So it's like this. C, G, G. Try that with me. Here we go. Great. Now, this exercise, we do that 2 times in a row. So let's do it twice in a row this time. 1, 2, here we go. Great. For the last 2 measures, we go C, G, C, G, C. Try that with me. 1, 2, here we go. C, G, C, G, and C, 2, 3, 4. So the whole exercise is like this. C, G, G, and then C, G, C, G, C. Try the whole exercise with me. So from the beginning, number 5. 1, 2, here we go. G, C, G, G, C, G, C, G, C, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a look at number 6, backward bend. So I notice this one is all in the bass clef. There's nothing up here in the treble clef. So it's all going to be my left hand. And just like the other ones, I'm going to have my left hand thumb on C. And how do I know that? Because it says number 1 here, and I know that that's what C looks like. So here's how this one goes. We start on C with our thumb, and we're going to step all the way down to F and hold this 4, 4, and then all the way back up to C. 2, 3, 4. We have to be careful and remember when we get down to the bottom, we hold this for 4, and then we play it again on the way up, so 2 Fs. I'm going to have you try this with me. So starting on middle C, 1, 2, and here we go. All the way down to F, 2, 3, 4, now another F. All the way up to C, 2, 3, 4. That's number 6. Let's take a look at number 7, stretching legs out and back. I see that I have both hands involved in this one, so I'm going to be playing right and left together. And it looks like both of my thumbs are going to be on middle C. And it looks again like these are moving away from each other and then back together and away from each other and back together. So how does that look on the piano? Well, we're going to start with the first 2 measures. It looks like this. Start with both thumbs, and we're going to go all the way out to pinkies and all the way back to thumb. Can you do that with me? 1, 2, and here we go. Thumbs, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s. Now when we get here, we're going to go out just to our middle fingers like this and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try that with me. So we're going to have our C start at 1, 2, here we go. C's, 2s, 3s, 2s, 1s. Now the important thing to realize here, after we go out to our pinkies and we come back into our thumbs, we only play 1 thumb here. There's only 1 C there, not 2. So we have to play just 1 time and go straight back out. So here's how this will look. All the way out to pinkies, all way back to thumbs, and then right away back out to middle fingers, and back into thumbs. Try it with me. 1, 2, thumbs, and go. We're going all the way out to your pinkies, all the way back to your thumbs, just one time on the thumbs, and then out to the 3s, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's number 7. Let's take a look at number 8, skipping. I see that there's only right hand for this 2 measures and only left hand for this 2 measures. And with skipping as a title, I know that I'm probably going to be skipping over something. So I see that I start my right hand with a thumb on C like the other exercises, and then I'm going to skip over D to go to E and back and forth. And here it looks like I'm going to skip all the way up to G. And then when it's my left hand's turn, I'm going to skip to A. So I'm using my 1s, 3s, and 5s here. That's what that tells me. So I need to start with both thumbs on C, and we're going to start with the right hand part. So it goes like this: C, E, C, E, C, E, ta. Try it with me. So we're starting with C. 1, 2, and here we go. C to E, C to E, now C, E, all the way up to G. Great. In the left hand, we're going to go from C to A, C to A, and back to C. 2, 3, 4. Try that with me. So start on C to A, C to A, and back to C. 2, 3, 4. So the whole exercise, I start with my right hand going C, E, C, E, C, E, up to G, and then left, A, C, A, and back to C. 2, 3, 4. Try it with me. 1, 2, from the beginning, go. C, E, C, E, C, E, up to G. Now left, C, A, C, A, and back to C. 2, 3, 4. That's number 8. Now let's take a look at number 9, deep breathing. So for this, I see that I'm doing those skips again, C, E, G, and then I'm going to play them all together in this pattern. Let's think about how this rhythm will go. Ta, ah, ta, 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 ah. It's all my right hand. I see everything is in that treble clef, so no left hand for this. My right hand's going to start with a thumb on C, and it goes C, E, up to G, then all of them together. 2, 3, 4, and ta, 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 ah. Do it with me from the beginning, starting on C. 1, 2, 3, go. C, E, G, then all together. Ta, ah, ta, 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 ah. That's number 9. Next, let's take a look at number 10, jump rope. In jump rope, I see that first it's going to be my right hand for the first 2 measures, and then it's going to be my left hand for the last 2 measures. And I see that these are only using 2 notes here. So I'm going from C to G to C to G. And it might help to circle the repeating notes for you. That's an idea that might help you. And then on my left hand, I'm going from C to G, back to C. Also, you can circle those repeating notes. In my right hand, my G is going to be played with my 5, and in my left hand, it's going to be played with my 4, and both of my thumbs are going to go on middle C again. So it starts right here with our right hand going jump, jump, and then up to G, all jumpy, back to C, back to G. Try that with me. 1, 2, here we go. 2 C's, 2 G's. Does your hand look jumpy? 2 G's again. Great. Then the left hand goes C, C. Remember, G is our 4 finger here. And then back to C, all jumpy. Try that with me, starting with the left hand. 1, 2, here we go. C, C, 4 finger. Remember, the word for jumpy notes like this is staccato. The whole exercise should sound very staccato like this, right? Back to 2 C's, up to 2 G's, then left, 2 C's, down to G's, which is 4, and then back to C. Try it with me. 1, 2, here we go, right, 2 C's, 2 G's, back to 2 C's, back up to 2 G's, now left, 2 C's, down to 2 G's, and back up to C. That's number 10. Let's take a look at number 11 now, walking down a hill. I see that I'm going to go right, left, right, left, right. So I'm going back and forth every measure on my hands for this one. The starting note for this is not C, and it also doesn't say 1 here. This note right here that comes on the second line of the treble clef is G, and it tells me that my 5th finger will go there. And I know that my 1st finger for my left hand is going to go on C below. So I'm in the same position that I have been in for all of these, just like this. Now the first 2 measures first, it starts on pinky up for the right hand, and we're gonna go down every step. When we get to C, our left hand takes over, and it's going to go down to G, and stop right there. Try that with me. 1, 2, here we go, pinky. Down, 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 left, down, down, and stop. Great. The next 2 measures, we're going to start on right hand 4 on F. This time, our right hand does the C, and we keep going down to stop at G here. Ta. Try that with me. So we're going to start with right hand 4. 1, 2, here we go. F, E, D, right hand, now left, and stop here for a ta, ah, and then just come back to C. So the whole exercise looks like this. It starts on G with your pinky and goes down to your other G, then right away 4 finger, all the way down to G again for a ta, ah this time, ta, ah, and then C, ta, ah, ah. Try it with me. 1, 2, start on G and go. F, E, D, C, B, A, G, right up to your other 4. Keep going down. Right hand takes the C this time. And now stop on G for a ta, and back to C. That's number 11. We have made it to number 12 of group 2, Fizz, Fiddle, and Ready to Go. I see that all of this is right hand, and I have these 2 notes that are in the left hand, and then I go back to right. So these 2 notes right here are on G. We can think A is on the top line, step down to G, and our left hand has played a lot of G in group 2, so we should be really used to that. Our right hand 1 says that it goes on C, and we're going to put our left hand 1 on C also. So it's going to be our 4 finger on G for the left hand. So you're going to look like this. Now the first 2 measures start with the right hand going C, D, C, D, C, D, E. Can you do that with me? 1, 2, here we go. C, D, C, D, C, D, E. Good. Now we're going to play 2 high G's, 2 low G's, and then an E, D, C. Try that with me. 1, 2, here we go. 2 high G's, 2 low G's, and an E, D, C. Great. The whole exercise looks like this. C, D, C, D, C, D, E. Now 2 high G's, 2 low G's, and an E, D, C. Try it with me. 1, 2, here we go. C, D, C, D, C, D, E. 2 high high Gs, 2 low Gs, and an E, D, C. That's number 12. That's it. You've reached the end of Group 2. Great job sticking to it and dedicating yourself to learning this dozen exercises.